idea what the actual motivation is for that fight's not competitive at all.
Well, it's a dangerous fight.
Yeah.
Because Joshua's going to try to make an example out of him for sure.
And will.
I mean, Anthony Joshua's one of the biggest one-punch KO artists ever.
I'm going to break his face. I'm going to break his body up. I'm going to stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality. And I know what's in my heart. I know what's in my mind. And I'm here to compete. I'm here to prove myself that I'm the better fighter. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'll do that until I finish fighting, no matter who it is.
Jake Paul has lost his mind. This is probably the worst mistake of his career. Even in the poster, you can see this is a David and Goliath story here. I mean, there's times where I thought Jake is a cruiserweight. There's times where I thought even he could be a light heavyweight. And now he's stepping in with one of the most chiseled, bona fide heavyweights in the world right now in Anthony Joshua. I'm about to break the internet over Jake Paul's face. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but it sounds fucking demented, terrifying. And speaking of the insanity of this thing, here is what the first line is. Jake as a plus 800. I have a feeling that's going to shift even more toward AJ. AJ's the 18-wheeler going 90 down the straightaway, and Jake is in a golf cart going 10 miles an hour, headed right back at the 18-wheeler. It's going to be freaking destruction. Look at the reach. He's got a 6-inch reach on Jake. And trust me, the Chloe concept has told me the 6 inches is more than enough. Okay.
Anthony Joshua has stopped world-class fighters with a single punch. Now Jake Paul, who is at best a cruiserweight, is stepping into the ring with a man who weighed 250 pounds in his last fight and knocked out Francis Ngannou cold. Rogan was clear. There is no way this is a safe matchup. Consider this. Jake Paul is 6 feet 1 inch and usually weighs between 200 and 210 pounds. Most of his fights have been against MMA fighters, retired champions, older boxers, or opponents who are naturally smaller.
But if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute. To be quite honest with you, and as a safety aspect, there's no way that fight can go ahead. At the end of the day, my God, how good does it make me look? He gets beat by Jake Paul. Well, that automatically makes me 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, doesn't it? There's no proper way. I've got to laugh about it. How are we even talking about this? He got his nut boxed off by me a little over 2 years ago, and now all of a sudden he's talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. It's like, come on, like you can't be serious. He can't beat me. I'm not Anthony Joshua, am I? So it's just ludicrous. It really is.
Anthony Joshua stands 6 feet 6 inches, giving him a clear height and reach advantage, plus knockout power that comes from a true heavyweight. Even with a 245-pound limit for the fight, the size gap is still huge.
So we've got Anthony Joshua, AJ, you get me? What a legend. And we've got Jake Paul, and he's a legend as well. Now, AJ is facing a lot of backlash because he's fighting Jake Paul. Ache, understand, man. It's like football, you get me? You play for Barcelona. When you get older, you start going down a bit, and then everything is about money. Yes? Run it up. Now, everyone wants to see the Tyson Fury against AJ fight. We've been seeing it, but we've seen Alexander Usyk. He's been doing our guys wrong. He's been just winning. He's been in the way. So, my take on this is, it's dangerous for Jake Paul. You get me? A lot of people, Eddie Hearn, Dana White. I just done a full YouTube anyway. Just watch the full YouTube because, you know, there's a lot of people that's reacted to it, you get me? So full YouTube out now.
This isn't just Jake moving up a weight class. He's stepping into a completely different league of fighter.
First of all, kudos to Jake Paul. The cojones this motherfucker has, from a Disney kid to YouTube to he can fight anyone and get views and make fucking money. This crazy wild boy sends out the bat signal, the British bat signal for Anthony motherfucking Joshua. You know how crazy that is? I will say this. I don't think any of Jake Paul's fights are fixed in any capacity. At all. Not even close. I don't get down that narrative. I will say this, though. My spidey senses will go off if Anthony Joshua doesn't absolutely mop the floor with him.
Doctors are already asking how a commission even approved this fight. Fighters like David Haye and Ariel Helwani have warned it's extremely risky. Rogan emphasized it. Size, weight, and power all matter. This is a world-class heavyweight champion. You don't take that lightly. Jake has power, but cruiserweight power doesn't compare to someone trained to knock out giants. Rogan pointed to the terrifying knockout of Francis Ngannou by Anthony Joshua, where Ngannou went completely motionless and doctors had to rush in. The arena went silent, a stark reminder that boxing is unforgiving, even for a big man like Ngannou.
He was quite special because he stopped me. He did what Tyson Fury couldn't done, you know. And you know, he wasn't my day, and he's just way better than me today.
Joe Rogan asked the critical question: if Ngannou went down so easily, what could happen to Jake Paul? Here's the thing, Jake actually believes he can win. He headlined Netflix's most-watched boxing event, feels unstoppable, and the payday is massive. Taking on the impossible is part of his brand, a career built on defying expectations. But Anthony Joshua isn't Ben Askren. He isn't Nate Diaz. He isn't Tyron Woodley. And he certainly isn't a 58-year-old Mike Tyson.
He has people around him that will be saying to him, mate, Anthony hasn't boxed for a year and a half. Mate, Anthony got dropped in his last fight. Anthony's head's all over the place. He's gone. So listen, fair fucking play. If he steps up and fights AJ, I will be the first to hold my hands up and go, fair fucking play. He'd have to be crazy to do it. He would have to be crazy to do it. Jake Paul's never really fought anyone major, like, you know, when's he going to step up and fight a real fighter? I mean, this would definitely be one way to kill that narrative, but it would be a dangerous one. If we're offered it, and the money that I know is inevitable in a fight like that, it would be very difficult for us to turn it down. And I know some people will find a reason to not like it and moan, but I'm just going to give it to you straight always. We were going to have a run out this year in an 8-rounder against someone in the top, I don't know, 120 on BoxRec that you've never heard of. We could have a run out against Jake Paul, end him in boxing forever, get rid of this whole little silly thing, and make about 50 or 60x in the process. How can you turn it down? So if it's real, there is a chance. Jake's won fights that I didn't think he'd win. And Jake has got a lot better over the last couple of years. He ain't in Anthony Joshua's league, that's for sure. The only way this fight happens, if it's a fight, it's a sanctioned fight. I mean, ultimately, it's a cruiserweight stepping up to fight a heavyweight. I mean, previously, what did you have? You had a lightweight fighting a cruiserweight, but that was an exhibition. This is no exhibition. This is the 10-ounce big boys, and this is a real fight. We've already really got our plans with Turki Al-Sheikh for 2026, which is ultimately to fight Tyson Fury, but also to have another fight in February. We got the phone call to say, look, obviously Gervonta's out. Would you be interested in December? And the only other options we had for December was to do an 8-rounder on a card somewhere, which I didn't even know was going to happen. So I said to Nikisa, if you're truthful about this, which he assures me Jake is, then it could happen. So let's live in the real world, yeah? And let's just, everybody stay calm and make logical business decisions. What would you do, right? And please don't give me the, yes, but you have to think about the legacy here. You can't eat legacy, and legacy is so important. By the way, he's an Olympic gold medalist, a 2-time world heavyweight champion. The legacy's okay. I wouldn't let him not take this fight. I would push him in the ring to take this fight. So if you want to blame someone, blame me. Just relax. One, I don't even know if it's going to happen. Two, if it does, just relax. Enjoy us going in there for boxing and sticking one on his chin. We'll go back, we'll fight Tyson Fury, etc. So just relax. But how can you say no? How can you say no? What am I missing?
This is a current 2-time heavyweight champion who's fully active, driven, and has a lot to prove. Rogan thinks Jake has let the hype blind him to just how dangerous this fight really is.
I'm knocking this guy out, becoming the CEO of Matchroom Boxing and changing the plans. And it's going to be me versus Tyson Fury next year. And this is going to be fun. I want him to cut me up. I want him to break my face. But guess what? He's going to have to kill me to stop me. And I'm ready to die. Seriously ready to die in the ring to win this fight.
Seriously ready to die. Seriously ready to die.
We're all born to die, baby.
One of Rogan's most pointed comments was that the commission should reevaluate this fight. He kept emphasizing safety, noting that normally boxing authorities don't approve matchups with such big gaps in weight and experience. But Jake Paul isn't a typical fighter. His star power and the money involved changed the game. Rogan made it clear, if anyone else with Jake's record were in this spot, the fight wouldn't even be allowed. He's stepping into true heavyweight territory, where the line between sport and real danger is razor thin.
And so I like the challenge. People, that's the criticism. Fight someone in their prime who's a beast. I think people just want to see me lose. That's really what the message is behind it all. And Anthony Joshua is an insane fight, but I want that challenge. We've been DMing back and forth. He wants to make it happen. He called me up, and it's looking very likely for next year.
Not long ago, Jake was set to fight Javante Davis, a lightweight who is almost 100 pounds lighter than him.
Yeah, he just represents everything that's wrong with boxing, unprofessionalism, and he's getting what he's reaping what he sows. But I hate working with people like that. He stands everyone up, film crews, everything. Doesn't do any promotion, doesn't do any posts, but it is what it is. I'm actually glad this all happened this way so that he doesn't get.
With Tank Davis suddenly sidelined by legal issues, the fight was officially off. Jake Paul, unwilling to sit idle, immediately started searching for a new opponent to step into the ring and keep the momentum going.
I think Javante would have struggled in some aspects, but I think he would have got the victory.
Javante would have got the victory?
Yes, I do, because of his counter-punch in the beginning. So I think he would have, how he done with Frank Martin, kept his tight guard, took some shots on the gloves, figured out his distance, and then counter-punch Jake Paul.
He didn't just step up a weight class and wait for an easy matchup. He catapulted himself into an entirely different universe of competition.
I give 100% respect to Jake Paul, but that's a dangerous fight for him. He probably gets knocked out, and I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not saying nothing bad, but Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua. He's multiple-time champion, Olympic gold medalist. You know what I mean? The last time somebody stepped in the ring with him that didn't have that much boxing experience was Ngannou, and you've seen what happened to him. Yeah. But big respects to Jake Paul. It's gonna be a good card. It's a big fight. And it's a good fight, man. I give 100% respect to Jake Paul for even